So I'm switching back to iPhone. If you know me, you know I've been using the Note 9 as my primary phone for quite some time, but I'm actually feeling like going back to iOS in the iPhone. This is the XS Max. This is the phone that I'm gonna primarily be driving, but let's find out the reasons. I got several reasons why I'm gonna be going ahead and doing that, and one of them includes the Series 4, an awesome Apple Watch right here. Let's find out what the reasons are. Let's go. Okay, so I just want to let you know that I've dabbled with LG and Huawei phones a little bit, and I like them, but the software is just not there. So over the past couple of years, my main phones have been the Pixel series, the Samsung devices, Galaxy devices, Note S lines, as well as iPhones. But there's one thing that none of those quite achieved yet that the iPhone has. The Pixel is the closest, but I still think the iPhone's a tad bit better here, and that's my first reason why I'm switching back, and that is how smooth the iPhone is. I mean, we talk about smooth phone. There's no better phone right now than XS, XS Max, iPhone 10, 120 hertz sample rate. That goes for the XR as well. Just absolutely phenomenally smooth phones. And while the iPads do have 120 hertz ProMotion displays, the 120 hertz sample rate on the iPhone, with the gestures, with iOS being so polished, with iOS 12 not lagging so much, the iPhone has just been so smooth, and it's the first reason that I've been missing it, and I'm gonna go back to using it as my daily driver for quite some time here. Now, I was using Samsung Note 9, but I gotta be honest, the Note 9, a fantastic phone. It's a powerful beast, so much more functionality than the iPhone, but it's not as smooth. I just gotta be honest with you, it is just not as smooth as a XS Max. Okay, so my next reason absolutely has to be the cameras, and it's not that other phones don't have good cameras, it's that the iPhone has a very simple camera, and when I'm using a Canon camera or a Sony camera to do most of my work, I want to have an automatic camera that just does really well. And this plays into why I think it's such a great consumer camera in the iPhone, is that you can just pull it out and it just works every time. Now, the 4K 60 video has some of the best focus I've ever seen on a smartphone and looks really good with the results. So overall, I gotta say, my second reason why I'm switching back to the iPhone is the ease of use with the camera. Not that it has the most cameras on it or it's the absolute best, but it's just one of the best, easy to use, giving you great results without even thinking, the iPhone. So the next reason I'm switching over is the Apple Watch Series 4. Now, I haven't reviewed this fully, but you can see this is the Series 4. I'm gonna compare it to the Galaxy Watch soon, but this watch is really just unbeatable. It has pretty much every app you would want on it, but really where it stands out is just the big, large screen with the light body, and the smart functionality. It just seems so much more polished than other smartwatches out there right now. So I would say one of the main reasons I want to switch back is to use my Series 4. For health and exercise, it's one of the best, if not the best, out there. It also does a really good job with your heart scanning, so you can go ahead and measure your EKG and stuff like that if you're really into, you know, checking out your heart. And certainly, you know, it's not going to be replacing any doctors anytime soon, but it's pretty close, and it will detect things that might save your life. So there's been stories of people saying that the Apple Watch has saved their life already, and I don't think it's wrong, because that's a pretty awesome feature for the Apple Watch, and that's one of the reasons why I'm switching back to the iPhone. Okay, so the next reason has got to be AirDrop. Now, as a Mac user as well as an iPad Pro user, you kind of get the point. You know, having different Apple devices in your ecosystem makes it really hard to want to go back to something that doesn't use AirDrop, especially if you use these things for work, which I do, which is, you know, making videos, social media posts, you know, graphic design, video editing, stuff like that. I want to be able to transfer my files really quickly, and when I go back to Samsung, I always got to email myself the thing, or I got to use Google Drive, or I got to use Google Files Go, and none of it works quite as well as AirDrop. Now, I hope one day there is a feature that's implemented that does replace it, but as of right now, we haven't reached that point. So yeah, AirDrop is one of the main reasons I'm switching back. So my next reason has got to be Face ID. Now, it's nice to have Face Unlock on phones, but Apple really hit it out of the park when it comes to security and payment authentications and just things like that. And opening up to developers to use Face ID and other applications is pretty awesome. awesome because, like, if you have a banking app, for example, instead of typing in a password every time to get into your bank to see, you know, what's in the bank account, you could go ahead and just use your face. Or, for example, if you need to pay for something with Apple Pay, you can just go ahead and use your face once again. Or just anything, you know, applications in the App Store, when you're authenticating those, it will just pop open. Also, when you want to have a very secure feature for unlocking, there's pretty much no one is going to fool Face ID. So Face ID is awesome. I really do like it. Yes, do I miss Touch ID sometimes? Absolutely. But I really like the convenience factor of Face ID. So that's one of the main reasons I'm switching back to, because I like authenticating with Face ID when I'm making purchases or opening up, you know, applications which have been developed to use Face ID. Okay, so the next reason I'm switching back to iPhone is privacy. So the iPhone is a very private experience. So when Apple talks about the most private experience, they advertise it sometimes, they're not kidding. Actually, using both the Samsung devices as well as any Android phone that's running the Android services, you're gonna notice a lot of relevant ads that are appearing when you watch a YouTube video or when you watch, you know, any type of thing online. You're gonna see a lot of ads. So sometimes it can be a little bit creepy, a little bit annoying. And don't get me wrong, I know I agree to the terms of service, and don't come at me saying, oh, turn on some ad blocking software. I don't like to do that because I think people that create and produce content deserve to get advertisement revenue so they can keep doing what they love. But at the same time, I don't like when I just searched something 5 minutes ago and it's just showing me what I just looked at. It's like, don't do that. Like, just don't. I want to feel like what I'm searching for is private, and I feel like if there's gonna be ads, I'd rather not just see them every minute I'm searching the web or something like that. It's something I just searched a few minutes ago. So yeah, that's just something I noticed. The privacy factor of the iPhone just seems a lot more private when using it. Now, if you use an iPhone a long time, you're not really gonna be able to go ahead and notice that too much. You actually have to use both sides of the platform to actually notice this, like use Android and iOS to notice how much more private iOS and the iPhone is. Now, the next one is a very real thing, and that's iMessage, FaceTime, and the Apple ecosystem, how it's combining them all together really locks you in and having a really good service, and you start to miss it when you're not using it, especially if you have close ones by you that are using this. Now, in America, many people use Apple devices, so you're gonna feel that effects here quite a bit more than maybe somewhere else where Apple doesn't really run the show. But over here in the States, definitely you're gonna be missing out on a few things and a few communication benefits by not using an Apple device. So as a content creator, there's a lot that goes into these videos. You guys just see the final product, but there's the creating of the video, there's having the SD card, making sure the microphone's turned on, making sure you got the right lens on that camera, making sure you got the tripod with you, making sure you don't forget anything before you come out here and shoot a video, making sure you go back and you edit that thing, get it out at the right time when your audience is online, making sure you're making videos that your audience would appreciate. There's a lot that goes into making YouTube videos, and you guys see the final product, and that's why I really appreciate it when you do watch these videos. And with that, using sometimes these Android phones is a little bit complex for the mind to handle, as it's not as simple as a grid of icons. Now, I do get on Apple about not having multitasking. I would like that, but I still like how simplistic the device is. It's just super simple to use, and when you're doing all these things as a content creator, it's really nice to just, you know, turn on the iPhone, click a couple apps, and you're doing your work, you're getting back into whatever you need to do. It's just relieving on the brain versus having to remember where all these features are on a Samsung device. So while I love my Note 9, and I probably go to the Note 10 when it comes out, for now I just want that simplistic factor. As it's April, we're going into spring, I'm gonna be doing a lot of content. I just want it to be simple, and that's one of the reasons why I still love the iPhone and why I'm switching back for now. Okay, so this next reason why I'm switching back to the iPhone is just the premium feel of it. Mostly the stainless steel wrapped around the iPhone gives it a really luxurious feeling, and that gold color, it just feels like a piece of jewelry. And when I'm using other phones, they feel premium as well. Samsung's really crushing it with the S10 Plus ceramic model. I didn't pick that one up, so my iPhone XS Max still feels a little more premium than my S10 Plus, which has a similar build to the older one. That's the $1,000 S10 Plus, giving you a similar build to the older device. So the XS Max is a phone that when I'm not using it, I just kind of miss for just feeling like $1,000,000 in the hand. Okay, so my last reason is actually because I want to use the new AirPods 2 that I just picked up. You've seen the review a couple days ago, but the AirPods 2 have wireless charging, which is awesome because I already have a wireless charger. You might also have one for your phone. You place your phone down, boom, it starts charging. The AirPods can do that too now. You just have to place it where the coil is, where you do wirelessly charge. And the AirPods 2, you just flick them open and they connect to your device very seamlessly. So I'm actually loving the AirPods too. They get excellent battery life. You can put them in there and charge them, and it's a really small case, which makes it very portable, even smaller than the Galaxy Buds case. So I really do like the AirPods. They're pretty awesome, and I could see why many millions of people love that device. So those are my reasons why I'm switching back to the iPhone for the foreseeable future. I probably will switch back to Samsung when the Note 10 comes out, or maybe even that Galaxy Fold in a few weeks here. But for now, I'm going back to the iPhone because I've been missing those benefits that I stated here in this video. Are you an iPhone user? Have you switched from the iPhone to Android, or have you switched from iPhone to Android? I want to hear your thoughts about this because the iPhone has gotten pretty boring. I'm not going to deny that whatsoever, but what it does still do, it has it nailed down. So the things that it does well, it does them better than anybody else. So let me know your thoughts about the iPhone and something other than price. We know the price is sky high on the iPhones right now. That's just old news already. Just let's talk about the iPhone as a product. If you guys found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. If you enjoyed this style of video, let me know down below in the comment section. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to be well, and peace.